Hi guys, it's Nicole here, and I thought I would add to my Dance at Your Doorstep um, series YouTube video that not only will I show you my journey of dancing as well as thoughts about private lessons, but I also kind of want to share who I am. And there's so many facets of us. Like if somebody were to ask you, who are you? What do you stand for? What are your beliefs? What are your core values? Tell me a little bit about yourself. There's so much, right? So this video would be too long. And for me to actually make things very clear and very concise is very difficult for me, specifically as a person and more importantly as a teacher. Right now we're having a storm, so if you hear some noisy background, that's what's happening. So to be brief, and we all work on ourselves, whether it's the basic step or dancing with a partner, knowing how to adjust, learning how to remember, even diving deeper into why we're doing what we're doing. And I think what I offer to the table of dance instruction is I like to go into it in the self-awareness aspect, because we're all human and we are not perfect. We're flawed human beings and we want to better ourselves. So I think that has a lot to do with wanting to dance and just wanting to have a community. But as an instructor told me, you can't assume why people come to you as a dance teacher, right? Like for dance lessons, that's the only thing you know, is they want to come to you to learn. But also people, aren't necessarily the right people for you, just like in any kind of relationship. And that's what I'm finding a lot about is, as a dance teacher, I would love to be able to connect and reach everybody, but not everyone matches with you, right? They might not understand you, they might not get it, they might not like it. You could, and as my best friend said, you can be the juiciest peach, but they just don't like peaches. So my lesson this week was surrender, because you can try really hard to be good at what you want to do. And I equated myself with not being able to reach somebody. That made me a bad teacher. And thoughts can be deceiving, feelings can be deceiving. And there is no answer here. I'm just kind of talking out loud. But my lesson is that I have to honor my truth. Technique is very important to me. This is why I'm better one-on-one. I don't enjoy teaching group classes because it's hard to reach a group of people because they're all individuals. And so I am teaching at Alegria Dance Company, and Leah, I told her she's my teacher. She's the one that actually got me into dance. One of the people. And she is just amazing teacher. She's so good. She lets everyone play. She basically creates the tone of a playground for these adult human beings. And this is the lesson I learned this week, is that you have to create an environment that is enjoyable to learn in. And you really should just teach one thing and not make it complicated. And even in my private lessons, I still tend to get ahead of myself. And I'm learning that I am often making mistakes, and I'm scared that people will be, that I'm like hindering, someone's growth. But the intuitive part of me, which I've been trained in as well, is to learn to be intuitive, is that regardless if you make mistakes, your students are going to learn. We think about the environments that we've learned before, and they could have very well been making mistakes, but if the teacher makes us feel safe in what they're talking about, then that's really all that matters. So when I got feedback about not remembering about what they're doing, because this is where it all started from, is somebody came up to me and said, I'm not remembering anything that you taught in the last 6 weeks. And the part I played in that was I didn't give them something to remember. Like, I didn't give them a structure. So what I did was I wasn't giving them the time to practice the particular structured curriculum. What was happening was I was about to teach them, or I did start teaching them, and then I saw the mistakes. And this actually reflects to me how I treat my learning, because I am such a perfectionist that if I don't get it right away, I will stop and hone in on that skill, and I will stop everything. I will stop the flow. But at the same time, that's just how I do it. And it's not exactly how others do it. But I know there are people out there that are like that they can't move on until they learn this specific skill. So I might appeal to that one person. So anyway, thank you for listening. And thank you for getting to learn who I am. And, if you ever want to post something under here on the comments about, what hinders you from learning, what kind of teachers do you like? Because this will help me maybe not necessarily be the teacher you like, but also will give me an idea of what's important for the learning process, right? So anyway, thanks for listening, and have a great night and stay safe, okay? Bye.